short. It was actually a super short chapter.
Super short.
One
it wasn't
page.
not even a page, like half a page.
So this is gonna be a short podcast, but we're also gonna go like ask each other questions, and we're gonna go more in depth on what we got from. Even though it was a very short chapter, like even Goldman was like, I didn't even know chapter 4 was a chapter. He didn't even know that chapter 4 existed.
Because it was that short.
Yeah, he wanted to change the version of his father's story, because chapter 4 he was basically saying it was useless.
Yes, there's information that could be useful, but it's not that like big of a deal,
Yeah, it was just basically to summarize it. So Goldman wanted to, tell us that he really didn't know that chapter 4 existed. Again, I'm saying it. And so when he read The Princess Bride himself, he didn't know. And it turns out that his dad wasn't all too, keen on this chapter, because it's just a big, long description of what happens the next 3 years leading up to Buttercup and Humperdinck's marriage.
Yeah.
So,
they kind of, go into, towards, the end of the, not even chapter, paragraph.
Yeah, I was like, what, 3 paragraphs? Not even,
because I feel like that's, a good, it's set, it looks like it's, a good 5 to 6 paragraph, but in reality, it could just be one big paragraph.
Yeah.
But towards the end, they're starting to, educate Buttercup and, teaching her how to shower.
Oh my gosh, bro. I'm just so happy that they're, educating her about,
how to brush her hair.
Shower, because she probably stank. She stank. They knew that she stank, and they said, let me take you to etiquette class and teach you how to shower and teach you how to brush your hair. Miss Smith. Oh my.
Miss Smith's etiquette class.
Miss Smith.
Would Buttercup pass that class?
No, she would not pass that class because she stank. I officially know that Buttercup and Miss Smith would
not
have
be
an
friends.
issue. They would not be friends. Okay, they would not be. Maybe in the all natural stuff, maybe yes, but in the smelling and
not having good manners and etiquettes, I don't think so.
Which I wanted to say that maybe this is something that Wesley liked about her.
Because, she was herself.
She was herself, and he really loved her.
Yeah.
So, even though the love story is, just because...
everywhere.
It's kind of messy, I don't think that was really a relationship. You can say it was in the book, because that's what it says. But if you look at it in, real-world aspects, it wasn't a very good relationship. It was just him listening to her and... her being happy and feeling happy that, he's listening to her.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. And also, he just liked her because of her beauty and how nice she was and how, she was herself. Which, is great. But, she smelled bad. I'm not.
I know.
Yeah.
Would you be friends with her?
If she showered, yes.
Oh, my God. Well, remember, it's not what's on the outside, Alyssa. It's what's on the inside.
Yes. But if you smell bad, let me tell you, okay? There's these people at our school.
Alyssa!
Okay, I'm not saying any names, but they smell really bad. They smell really bad. Okay, and...
not you calling out those people.
And people are around them.
Second period after them, so...
Yeah. And people are friends with them. They're nice kids. But the thing is that they smell really bad. So people don't really want to be around them a little bit. Yeah. And, it's the same way for Buttercup. People want to be around her. She's nice and stuff. Yeah. But if she smells bad, bro, no, run away.
I don't think the people cared back then. Because remember, hygiene back then isn't the same as it is now.
Yeah, hygiene is very much needed now.
Yes.
So they're teaching Buttercup, they're training her how to be a princess, basically how to make her princess material.
Yeah.
Smelling good, nice hair, wearing nice
just
clothes.
a nice appearance in general.
Yeah. So to be, you know, educated on what she needs to do, which honestly is
she
very
has to
good.
know how to curtsy, how to like hold the teacup, you know, with the little
all
pinky
of those
out.
things.
Yeah.
So, and Goldman basically says in the book that it's a snooze fest, which I started laughing because I love how bold he is about
because
the book.
original wasn't like, remember, like he said in other chapters, the original is like a boring version of this one.
The Morgenstern version was just boring.
Yeah.
So
if I'm not wrong, if I read correctly, it was like 18 pages long of like Prince Humperdinck being boring and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're not going to be interested in reading that.
I don't think it would be very interesting. So he cut
all
of that off. He cut all of
Yeah.
that. And he was just saying that it's going to be boring and that his dad's version was just, I don't know. He was just saying that it's not very interesting, which I understand. Yeah. But I think he could have gone a little bit more in depth in chapter 4. I would have liked that, but I don't know. Like,
because I mean, it's like super short.
It's extremely short. But can we just go back to the part where, like, Buttercup has to learn all these things? I wonder what she has to do first.
I wonder how she felt.
Maybe they did her eyebrows.
Ayo.
Okay.
Unibrow.
Maybe they taught her how to do her makeup. Because, look, she's a very tomboyish girl. Yeah. Like, she likes... I'm not saying that those are boy things, but I'm just saying it's more adventurous. She's not into girly things like dresses and stuff, which we can clearly get off in the book about how she is. Because even though it doesn't have that much detail, as like good of detail that I would have wanted the book to have.
They're basically just preparing her from a regular milkmaid, like high-class milkmaid, to like the princess of Hammersmith.
I wonder how Wesley would feel.
I know, right?
Like, I just want to know how he would feel, like, seeing her like this.
I know, and like, obviously to her, he's gone.
Yeah, because she thinks he's dead.
Yeah.
Which, maybe he is, maybe he's not. We'll never know until next.
Until
next podcast.
Chapter 5.
Yeah. But, it's so funny because she's like, she's sad and stuff, and she's learning all these things, and now she's gonna get married, and she's forced into an etiquette class.
Yeah, because I mean, she's about to marry someone she doesn't love.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who has like authority over her, I would say, who isn't.
Which, how would you feel if like you were like a guy had like an authority on you?
Not good, because I feel like you wouldn't have the freedom you would have as you have an authority over yourself.
I would. I'm very much off based, you know. Okay, so basically, I hate when authority figures sometimes, but I'm okay with it now because obviously I'm a teenager. Yeah. But I like being independent. I don't like people
doing it on your own.
Yeah, telling me what to do a lot. Not being forced. Especially in marriage, I would think that it wouldn't be a good thing. Obviously,
I feel like marriage is something that you want to do with someone you know and love.
Yeah.
Not someone you're forced
Exactly.
into. Yeah.
But I'm the type of person that I'm okay with an authority figure and stuff. You know, like a teacher or, you know, anything else,
if it's
my
with
parent.
A purpose, you know.
But if I get to choose to have a partner for the rest of my life and they have authority over me, that is not okay. I like being independent.
Red flag.
Red flag, okay? So Prince Humperdinck is a red flag. He's a walking red flag.
I mean, he wears red.
And
the connection
with
there, so.
daddy issues, family issues.
All the issues.
Anger issues. I'm not diagnosing
his like hunting issue,
yeah. Which that hunting issue, bro.
You know.
Next chapter is fuego. Let me tell you.
And like it was last chapter, right? It was like he has the 5th level open.
Yeah.
What does he want to put there?
Huh. We'll never know until next chapter.
Well, we won't
because look, I think chapter 5 is one of my favorite chapters.
I think so.
And it has definitely
one of the longest. Yeah, it's definitely one of the longer ones. It has the most details.
Yeah.
It's a really fun chapter.
It's so fun and it's so funny.
Yes.
So, but yeah, let me just say that I'm kind of surprised because I always shade like Buttercup with her showering and stuff. And I hope
that kind of
it
makes
changes.
her. Remember, that kind of makes her who she is. And that's the person Wesley kind of fell for?
Yeah, but now it's not going to be she's not going to be like that anymore. I mean,
she's going to have that, she's still going to have, like, the ways of her, like, being herself, but obviously that's going to change with, like, a royal authority.
Yeah.
And then having the title now as princess.
She's going to have a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah.
I just wonder if he's just using her. Like...
well, I mean, it was the parents who told him he has to get married to become king.
Yeah, but... sorry, I yawned. But I just feel like I don't want her to get treated bad. Because she's a very, she's a kind
nice
soul.
Yeah.
So it would really, like, suck if anything bad would happen to her and, like, trauma.
And I mean, she's already been through trauma with Wesley.
Yeah.
So.
Which, honestly, girl, for you. I feel bad for you.
For real.
So, yeah. Let me pause.
Okay, so, like, on a different note, do you think Humperdinck at least, like, cared for her? Or, like, do you think he treated her right?
I mean...
Because obviously she's gonna be his queen.
Yeah, I mean, he has to treat her sort of right, even though he forced her into marriage.
Yeah.
And
I mean, like we saw, I think it was last chapter, if I'm not wrong, she swore that she would never love him.
Yeah.
So do you think she has, like, at least a thing? Not like a thing, but, she feels something for him, not in, like, a romantic way, but...
I don't think she does at all. I think she still has a ton of feelings for Wesley. Yeah. I think she's still in love with him.
Yeah.
Like, completely and utterly in love.
That's the person.
Which, honestly, I feel really bad for her. Because she's going through a lot. I wonder how her parents felt. There's nothing really about her parents or her siblings in the book.
They don't really mention them.
Yeah. Ever. So I wonder how her parents felt. If that was me, I would be so upset.
No, for real.
But at the same time, like, I would be depressed because the love of my life, it not there. Like he's dead, and then someone's forcing me into marriage. Like, what is that? Someone someone who doesn't have the looks. But something that's exciting is that a princess title. Yeah. I don't think that many. Nobody.
The thing is that really marriage is supposed to be fun when you're with the right person. If you're not with the right person, it's gonna go completely downhill. Yeah, like, you have to marry your best friend. If you don't marry your best friend, like, what is the point of marriage? Yeah. And you're dedicating yourself to that person every day. Good days, bad days. Those days where, you can't stand the person. Yeah. So it's just... And honestly, Humperdinck isn't husband material. Yeah, he is very much not husband material. Wesley... maybe he is. We don't know that yet. I mean, I see it. Yeah, the way that he treats her and stuff, that's husband material. Yes. I just, maybe Humperdinck likes her a lot is because maybe he knows that she's adventurous. Like, it doesn't say that in the book, but maybe... I mean, I feel like Buttercup would be actually up for hunting, Yeah, I think she would be up to it, but, like, I think she would think what kind of, like... I keep getting these Disney connections. Merida, Brave. How she would ride her horse and then start shooting arrows. Yeah. But obviously she would do bullseyes and not really kill. Actually, I don't remember that movie. But you know what I'm trying to do here? Like, I feel like she would be on the horse trying to shoot things. But that seems her... I can see that as, a Buttercup. But, like, her and Humperdinck are just... they're not... There's something else. There's some... Yeah, I think... Her and Wesley truly have a connection, especially the way, as I said before, he treated her. Yeah. But I don't know. It's very odd because she's being forced, but yet at this time, a lot of people would think it's a privilege. But I don't think she sees it as a privilege. Yeah. Like... I mean, would you see it as a privilege if you didn't, like, have a previous love? I don't think so because I think... Like, right now, cut out everything. Like, let's say you have no love, you've never experienced it like that, and then out of nowhere, you're just kind of forced to marry a prince. Yeah, I still don't think, because I think love and marrying someone, like, you have to love the person, and I don't think she loves Humperdinck, especially if, she doesn't know him at all, and she was just forced into it, even though she didn't have a love, and she didn't have... Wesley, like, quote unquote. I feel like she would have been maybe open to it a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah.
if she didn't go through that trauma with Wesley.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she, I think she's the type of, like, love romantic person that she wants a best friend.
Yeah.
That she wants a person.
I would totally agree with that.
That would be with her no matter what. Humperdinck only thinks about himself.
Yes.
He only cares about himself.
But what if the prince wasn't Humperdinck? What if it was, like,
Wesley? Imagine. Oh my god,
like
that would be
such
a plot twist in the book. I think there would be so much detail.
I know, right?
And like
he like dies to her, and
then he's like, "I'm a prince." Imagine that would have been
dramatic.
That would be so cool. I'd be like, "Yo, what?
I know,
oh my
right?
gosh!"
She would definitely be up.
Yeah, and then see her adventure of being a princess with him. Oh my, that'd be so nice. But I think it'd be hard for him to keep that a secret because, princes are very much like everybody knows who a prince is.
Yeah.
And I don't...
Unless you do a Sleeping Beauty where they kind of hide the princess away, for 16 years.
Yeah, but he would have to be cursed by a witch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
So, what do you guys think is going to happen in Chapter 5? Like...
I think
they're gonna announce the engagement between Humperdinck and Buttercup.
Maybe. Maybe they're gonna get married next chapter.
Maybe something happens to Buttercup next chapter. Maybe something happens to the prince. Maybe they're being watched.
Maybe Wesley's gonna come up.
Yo.
But I think a lot is gonna happen next chapter since this chapter was literally so short.
Yes.
It was.
The next chapter is a little bit longer, so there's gonna be a lot more details. So, how can we, what can you expect
I think
this knowledge to, the next chapter?
I think I'm expecting a lot more detail in what's gonna happen and a different Buttercup.
Yeah,
because
now she's about to be princess,
and she's getting trained to be one.
Yeah.
So I wonder how her character is gonna change. How, her journey of how she was before and after, this transformation, and how she's gonna grow as a character in the book and as a person in the book.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot. It's gonna be so funny because I feel like she's gonna change.
Yeah.
But I feel like she's still gonna be the same old Buttercup in the inside, but in the outside she has to be a different persona now.
Yeah, because she has now an authority, I want to say, over the land, even though she doesn't really think of it, but in reality she kind of does.
Yeah.
So yeah, how do you feel?
I would honestly right now. Girl, I'm praying for Buttercup, even though it's a book. It's just...
If you knew someone who was in the situation, that would not be a good thing.
Yeah, but this is all fantasy, too, that's why I really like this book, because it's all
fantasy is always
it opens your mind.
To it. Yeah.
And it gives you, an imagination and creativity, too.
Yeah.
So, I really like it. I like this book.
Me too.
How do you feel about it?
I think it's interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
So, just before we end right now, as we said before, how would you guys feel for next chapter? What do you guys think? I really do think that Wesley can pop up because he hasn't come up since, chapter 1? A little bit of chapter 2. So, I'm waiting for his I'm waiting for his...
Past.
Oh my. Imagine titling that The Ghost of Buttercup's Past.
I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I think a lot's gonna unfold next chapter. So guys, get ready for a lot of talking.
Yes.
A lot of hearing us, rant, scream, freaking out because...
Yes. What are the words that we can describe, the next chapter?
I don't know. I just don't want to spoil anything. Thriller, maybe.
Maybe,
Adventure.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, up till next time on the XOXO
Inside Scoop.
Bye.
Peace out, guys. Have a nice day.